Hey everybody, this is Linda. Welcome to Lenny P's Place. So I'm here today to show you the finished project that I've been working on. My altered cigar box filled with things inside. So if you've been following me at all, then you've seen this box a few times. But I'll just give you a quick little rundown if you haven't seen it. First of all, though, I want to say thanks to everyone that prayed for my family and friends in Florida, in my hometown of Arcadia. So far, all my friends that I've heard from are doing good. They have some damage to their homes, but not too bad. No power still, and no water, but they're safe, and anything that they lost can be replaced. So I'm thankful that they're okay. I haven't heard anything from my cousin yet, but I'm thinking he's probably okay, or my aunt would have called. So anyway, I had one friend in Fort Myers, and she didn't fare quite so lucky as far as her property goes. She and her family are fine, but she had about 5 feet of water in her house. So that's not very good news, but like I said before, their lives were spared and their property can be replaced. So I'm thankful, and thank you again for your prayers. As for us here in North Carolina, we did fine. We lost our power for about 2 hours, and that was it. So it's all over with now. It's still cloudy, and it's it's cold outside, which is really odd for October the 1st. We usually don't get any cold weather until at least the middle to the end of October. Usually our first really cold weather is around Halloween. But it's pretty chilly out there today. I had to have long sleeves on. Anyway, that's it. So I hope everyone is doing well, and that you are getting in some fun crafting this weekend. I haven't started anything new yet because I just finished this box with all the stuff inside, so I'm going to show it to you. I used the Prima La Romantique paper, and I used a little bit of the Debutante paper for all of the embellishment, for all of the paper that I used on all of the stuff inside the box. Also was either La Romantique or the Debutante, except for this paper here. I don't know what paper that was. It was just a stray piece of scrapbook paper that was in with this paper, and I liked it. I thought it went well, so I used it. I used some Wild Orchid Craft flowers, and I stickled them with, I forget the name of it. It's my favorite one. It's right here, so I can tell you. Stardust. I use it all the time, but my mind is not quite as sharp as it used to be. I used some trim all around the edges, and the trim did have a little stain right there because it's an old trim. It's not new. It's vintage. So it has a stain right there, but I used it anyway. And yeah, so that's it. I put felt on the bottom. So that's it. I'm not going to go through any more stuff about this because if you've been watching my channel, you've seen it anyway. That was just for those that haven't. On the inside, I'll do this just to show you the top of the box. I couldn't use any lace or anything around here or down here because it wouldn't interfere with the box closing. So, I have a little sachet in here just to make everything smell good. And I made it from scraps. And I put a little clay flower on the front of it there. So there's that. And then I put some scraps in here. I guess I can show you. I was going to finish this, but I changed my mind. I thought I would give the person that gets this all of the things to finish it with. So there's a assortment of laces in here, and this is the fabric that I used on the inside of the book. No, I didn't. I forget. I used it somewhere. Anyway, it matches something somewhere. I can't remember. And I just added a bunch of little pieces of lace and trims. This is the trim that I used everywhere here. I wanted to put some of that in there. Kind of keeps everything matchy, at least a little bit. And this is just some little vintage pieces that I had put together. Piece of a wedding dress. It's another piece off of a wedding dress. A little piece of dotted Swiss fabric. Some more lace and trims and doily bits and crochet pieces. And that kind of stuff. So it's just the stuff that I had pulled out to finish the journal that's in here, and I decided not to. That's a little doily, not an old one. You can see I left the thing on it. This piece of dotted Swiss came from an old vintage little girl's dress. And so basically that was it for this. And then there's a piece of this vintage curtain that I got from an antique store. I don't know if it's antique, but it was in the antique store and I loved it. So anyway, I added a piece of that, which is what I did the little sachet out of. This seam binding doesn't exactly match, but it was, I ran out of the one that I used to tie everything with on the journal and on the calendar that's in here. So anyway, that's for the journal, and I'll show you the journal. It's tied with seam binding. I used a piece of vintage upholstery fabric. I used some vintage lace here on the spine, and then this trim is a vintage lace. My stamps on the back. And then on the inside, this is just a quilted piece of a pillowcase. And I put a little pocket, and all of the papers other than, well, this is a piece of mulberry paper. And I sprayed all the backs with a solution that I mixed up of Regal Rose and Lindy's Stamp Game Cotton Candy Pink. The Regal Rose is from Stampin' Up, and I just used a Stampin' Up ink re-inker for that. And this paper, it's newsprint that I had on I have some on now, but it's clean. This is what I had been working on for a while, so it has some stamping, some glue, some coffee dyed where I sprayed coffee on some stuff that I was working on. And I I don't know what kind of paper this is. It's just a piece I had on my desk, so I used it. And there's some stamping from the newsprint paper. I guess that's how you say it. This is the center. I believe I put 10 pages in here. So, and that sparkles. I don't know if it's showing up or not, but all that pink sparkles from the Lindy's that I used. There's another piece of the paper from my desk. And yeah, so that's the back with another pocket. So yeah, that's the little journal. And I didn't know how fat it might get, so I left plenty of room for tying it up. So that's that. And then I'll show you this last. This is a little calendar. This was one of the pocket calendars from the Dollar Tree. And I just took a piece of the paper and covered it and kind of tried to match it pretty much to the journal as best I could, except that I used paper instead of fabric. And this is another piece of the mulberry paper. And then there's just a little calendar here that 2023 weekly planner. I probably don't need all that ribbon. I mean, there's a lot there, but I left it. And then the last thing is this ephemera holder. And it's also made from a piece of the scrapbook paper. And I used I didn't have any more of this lace. So I used a different lace on the side here. And I had to use a different seam binding. I also used a tag from the Debutante kit, paper line, and then I put a doily behind it, which kind of matches the front of the box. I didn't put the rhinestone trim around it. There is charms on here, and I'll show you why when I open it up. And I saw this on YouTube, but I could not. I looked and looked, and I could not figure out where I saw it or who made it. But I love the idea, so I made one as best I could from memory because, like I said, I couldn't find it. So this is the ephemera holder that I made, and I would have preferred to have white bags, but I didn't have any, so I used what I had. There's a few glue streaks. So I'll show you what's in these, and all of this stuff is to finish the journal and to use in the calendar. There's a piece of a doily, paper doily, pieces of the scrapbook paper. There's a piece of the paper from my desk. There's a little piece of ledger paper. Here's some embossed paper here. Different ones. And yeah, so that's what's in the first little pocket. I'm trying to do this in a hurry, so I'm sorry if I'm going too fast or whatever. These are more other pieces of the scrapbook paper, except for this. No, that's one too. I don't know. Yeah, and this is the one that I put on the side of the box. And so that's in there. Get it back in. And then there's some other pieces in this same same little pocket here. Just smaller little bits of the scrapbook paper. And like I said, this was all the stuff that I had gathered to finish the journal, but changed my mind. I did make this little note book here. It says just a little note. These are just some of the embellishments. And you can see those are some little pockets to make, little coin envelopes, I think. So that was in here. And then there's some stuff in these little glassine bags, which you can use in the journal. I had pulled out 3. And these are just smaller little embellishments. And as you can see, I tore that back off of there because it was too thick, and I was going to use those. So I tore the backs off because they were made out of chipboard. And there's 2 little circles from these tickets, which when I first took them out of the box, because they're so short and fat, I didn't realize they were tickets, but I guess that's what they're supposed to be. So anyway, these things go in here. And then this paper clip came from an old vintage box of paper clips that I got from Patty Lang over at well, Sacred Mementos. Yeah, that's it. And then there's more little things in here, little tags and journaling, little tiny journaling places to write and just stuff like that. I hope I was in frame. I see that maybe I wasn't. I hope I was. I apologize if I'm not, if I wasn't. And then there was one more little glassine bag. And it just has some words, and all of these embellishments are small because they all came out of a 6x6 paper pack. These were not. These, I had these, I cut them out of a flower book, and I used decorative scissors and made little stamps out of them. I had pulled out some of those to use, and all these are just little tiny, these are little tabs. I cut them out already because I thought I was going to use them. So these are just little tabs that you can put on the side, just little tiny things to just embellish with. So, let's see what else is in here. There's some little stamps, little tiny stamps. There's a stamp that says delivered. I think there's one that says telegram, I believe, somewhere. That says priority. Anyway, all of those. Let's see if I can get them all back in. Did I drop anything? Yeah, I did drop that. So this is going to be for sale if anyone would like to purchase it. You can email me at Linparent at Yahoo. I will leave that down below in the description box. And if no one is interested in buying it, then I will probably put it away and save it and use it as a giveaway at some point, because once I get through making these things, I don't really have any use for them. I don't journal. And I just thought it would be fun if I left this, if I left it for whoever gets it, whether it be purchased or won in the giveaway. I just thought it would be fun for someone to use all of this stuff. Like I said, I had planned to decorate this. I mean, the inside of the journal, I was going to finish it. And then I thought it would be a fun thing to leave. So that was what I did. There's two pockets that doesn't have anything in them. But it was getting fat. And besides that, all the stuff that I had pulled out to use is all in here already. So there just was a couple of pockets left that I didn't use. So anyway, yeah. Let me get this back the way it goes. And get it all back in here. And again, I want to thank everybody for your thoughts and prayers for my family and friends in Florida and for me. And I hope you'll all be safe and well, and that you'll come back and see me again. I'll leave the information in case you might be interested in this. And I will be talking to you soon. Stay safe, be well. Bye for now.